Well, hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. Thank you for all of you who came in on Saturday evening and came in, joined the conversation in reference to what's going on our college campuses and universities, otherwise known as indoctrination camps. So let's get the fire started today. Hello to everyone who's in the chat. Cha-Cha, John, C. Fryer, everyone. So glad to have you here. We're still talking about, I think, some pertinent issues that are going on. And tell me what you think about this particular subject matter in the comment section. All right, so let's look at the title. Now, if you've been here on the channel for a while, how you doing? Emmy, Flaridia, how's everyone? Ruby, they're all coming in now. Again, I always want to know what your take is on the Wilmington. All right, you're not far from me. Hello. Always want to know what your take is in reference to the topics that we discuss. And again, I love the demographic on this channel because we're older. We understand we're not all going to agree, but that's okay. We don't have to hate anyone. We don't have to denigrate anyone's name. That's what I love. So, again, if you've been here for a while, I've been talking about the extended arms of the Democratic Party. And unfortunately, the traditional, especially the traditional Black church, it's a wrap. It's an extended propaganda arm of the or shall I say, Democratic Party. And again, for those that are coming in saying, well, you don't say anything about the Republicans. They don't go to the Black churches, folks. They don't do that. I am not going to sit on here and accuse them of something that they don't do. Are they perfect? No. But they don't do that. So, fire starter. What are your thoughts? Type it in the comment section about this subject matter. What do you think? Glad to have you all here. Make it make sense to me. Look at the Democratic Party and its platform. And folks, I often tell people, the internet is good, but it's bad too. I learned something new today I did not know, and I'll share that with you later. Ruby, Black preachers that have sold out. Ruby gets it. Ruby, the Black preachers and ministers are along with, what have we been saying? The NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, all of the race hustlers, right? The Black politicians, right? It's all one common enemy, folks, because they're doing the same thing and they're holding you down, right? And you're aiding them, you're helping them to your own demise. Ruby stated with the civil Ruby, I need to shut this down and let you be me today. It started with the civil rights movement. It sure did. And so I'm going to get into that. I have a video to share with you. There are a lot of people who look like me that are saying the same thing. You have to believe me. You don't have to listen to what I'm telling you. Go on YouTube and type it in. More and more people are waking up. Cha-Cha gets it. 5013C, exactly. And so, again, they're all sold out. Now, I don't need you telling me who to vote for. You're supposed to be helping me get closer to our Creator. You're not there to be a social justice warrior for me. So again, they're out of place, but they're bought and paid for. How you doing, Carla? Laurie, how are you, dear? Glad to have you back. So let's look at, if you look at the Democratic Party platform, They're anti-biblical, anti-Christian, anti-God. Look at everything that they have on their platform. All right. And again, now, if you agree with what they're doing, you know what to do in November. However, I do not. Okay. And again, churches are supposed to be preaching the gospel, right? Helping you so that you can get closer to your creator. That's not what they're doing. Those of you who are here today, if you did not make the live chat I had last evening on Saturday, check it out. So churches have become what? They have become indoctrination camps, just like the colleges and universities, just like the public school system. So tell me, what are your thoughts? What are your concerns with this subject matter? And so if you look at it, now I looked at some more videos on some of these college protests. I'm sorry, but American students need to be concerned with what's going on that's directly affecting them. Why are you over here in a country thousands of miles away? Come on. So if you look at what's going on, again, the communists, the Marxists, they're behind all this, folks. Just go find George Soros. He's the primary puppet master. Ruby says 1936, blacks started voting Democratic for chicken for a New Deal, right? And we're still voting for chicken, right? Ruby gets it. Of course, Ruby, I know you're like me, you're not, but a lot of people don't realize what's going on, but thank God they're waking up. So what's being preached in the black church today, and I am trying to keep up with your comments, folks, is a social justice platform, social Marxist gospel. That's what's being preached. Okay. What do you, if you agree with me, fine. If you don't, that's fine too. Type in the comment section, folks. The victimhood gospel is being preached. Oh, poor me. I've been treated so poorly by America. How you doing, underground? And so that's what's going on. Now, if you believe in a higher power, creator, how are you a victim? And so that's what they're preaching. This is the ones who aren't preaching the prosperity gospel, who are begging, trying to take all your money as they try to buy new jets and new homes and all these other things. And it's just a joke. That's what it is. They're talking victimhood, or they want reparations. When do you have time to preach the gospel? Oh, that's right, you don't. So that's where we are. The Black Church, those of you just coming in, the Congressional Black Caucus, the main race hustlers, of course, we're talking about Al Sharpton and a few others, NAACP. And so these are just extensions or propaganda arms of the Democratic Party. That's what they are. And Ruby didn't give me a chance to tell you, this all started with the Civil Rights Movement. During the Civil Rights Movement, and I have several video series. I have the Eyes on the Prize series and several. I'm a big history buff. During the Civil Rights Movement, we know the churches were packed, right? Everyone was there trying to come together for a common goal, trying to make their lives better. Cha-cha, preaching the gospel of the Democratic Party funded by Soros. Cha-cha, that's what they're preaching. Cha-cha gets it. So, political power. This is what so during the Civil Rights Movement, we were filling the churches, okay? But we turned away from God, right? So when we were there, it was about God trying to improve our situation. We exchanged that for political power. That's what's happened. Look at all the other racial groups in America that don't even give a care about politics. They're doing better. Black Americans, you're still on the bottom. So this is what you exchanged it for political power. That hasn't helped you one bit. As I said, and I say frequently, They have a few people in power to keep you where you are, which is the low end of the totem pole, to keep you down. That's what the Democrats are trying to do. And so the communists, the Marxists, they jumped in there to assist in this transformation. And I was on a channel earlier, and it's just unreal. I won't name black minister, one or two of them were talking like, oh my God, we have to vote for Joe Biden. I'm like, oh my, they feel like if you don't vote Democrat, you're a lunatic and you need to be committed somewhere. I'm like, this is crazy. Now you talk about gaslighting and psychological manipulation. I don't need anyone like that in the church that I'm attending. And so they went out. This is how it all started. They went out to the black communities, preaching black liberation again, black victimhood. This is not biblical in its foundation. If you find it in the Bible, show me. I have not seen it. Where in the Bible it tells that we are victims. I don't see that anywhere in my Bible. Now I maybe that's the part I didn't read. I don't know. You show me. Tell me where it's at. I'll go read it. Those of you who are here, please go ahead, hit that little thumb, that like button for me so we can bring more people into the conversation. Please share this live out on your various forms of social media, i.e. Instagram, Facebook, Truth Social. Thank you so much. And so this is where this started. Ministers and pastors, I've been telling you that. They are bought and paid for. And I responded, the YouTube videos I responded to earlier that were saying this in the comment section. I guess they didn't like my comments because I said, I agree. And it's a liberal leaning YouTube channel. And I said, I've been saying this forever. I went back because I just got home from church. All my comments were deleted. I guess I've been banned from the channel. I don't know. I didn't say anything bad. All I said was the DEMONCRATS are in cahoots with the black politicians, with the NAACP, and they're holding they are destroying Black America. I guess they didn't like my comments, so I've been censored or whatever. Emmy said, you're right, Cha-Cha. Ruby said, I will go to the back of the class. Yeah, Ruby didn't give me a chance here. Ruby, I love it. But this is where it started, folks, because I know a lot of times people come and they're asked questions about why are people, pretending to be such victims. This is where it started. I mean, this runs deep. And I do have a video to share with you from the Philip Scott podcast. Like I said, he's not the only person saying the same thing that I'm saying. How you doing, Ronette? Yes, I'm so glad you're here, dear. But folks, there are more and more people waking up, and thank God they're waking up. So anyway, I'm going to share a little video with you here. Let me see here. Hopefully, now we're having some bad weather. Hopefully you can hear it and see it clearly, and we won't have any problems. That cross your fingers. And let me see here. All right, I think it's come. I'm going to try. Hopefully it will, my screen will share.
We have a sister that's bringing up a great question about black preachers in the black church. The black church is heavily Democrat, heavily. And I've read the Bible several times. I have studied the Bible. And if you even to study the Bible just a little bit, the things that Democrats support is definitely not in line with God's word. But let's wait, roll this clip.
So today in church, they were saying how Trump is like comparing himself to the Father, And I was like, how? I never heard of that. And I was like, but why do you guys, I never heard of that, but why do you guys hate Trump so much when at least he stands on biblical principles? And it's not like Biden is so holy or so saved, because he's not. So what I don't understand is, as a Christian, how do you all vote for somebody that supports homosexuality, that supports abortion, that supports all these things that Christ is against? He loves us, but he hates the sin. But then you want to bash Trump and say, oh, he's the Antichrist, oh, he's so horrible, oh, he's so awful, when at least he stands on biblical principles. I don't agree with everything he has said, but he stands on the word of God. He does stand on the word. So how do Christians out there, I want your answer, how do you support somebody that goes against God, Biden, with all these transgender things and all these things, and then say, oh yeah, he's the one to lead the people the better way? No, that's not of God. I need y'all's feedback. Let me know.
She's 100% right all the way around in what she's talking about with these black preachers. I had a conversation with a brother this morning from South Carolina, and this brother told me he did 30 years in the Air Force, and we was talking about the community. And I told him, when I mentioned to him the two greatest enemies of black people right now, we're talking within the community, it's the black politician, the black preacher. Boy, he almost screamed. He said, boy, you're so right saying that. I'm telling you, I've seen that's been the worst of the worst in the black community. But let's get to that black preacher. That black preacher, first of all, I found the word because the scriptures teach to be in the world, but not of the world. The scriptures also teach don't be getting involved with man's politics. You get involved with God's politics. Yes, you can be involved with politics, but your politics is God's politics. So God's politics say this. God's words say this. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not shed the blood of innocent people. God hates that, right? If you're standing with the Democrat Party and pushing Democrat, you know what Democrats support. You know what God's words say. I don't have to spell it all out because on this platform, I can't go in on it a little bit, but you know what the scriptures teach, right? So how could you even be a Democrat based on that? How are you leaning on Joe Biden and not leaning on God the Father? That's what I don't understand. That's why I can't take black preachers in our community seriously. I don't care what other groups of preachers do. Not my issue, not my problem. I'm talking about what the black ones do. That's part of my community. The black ones are siphoning all this money from my brothers and sisters into their church houses, and they're not doing nothing for the black community. That's another issue and problem. You talking about Trump, this Trump, right? Well, I will say, Trump isn't definitely holy. He isn't an angel. And I wouldn't say Trump a devil either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to talk about some devilment, look what Biden has done to the black community. Has Trump put in a bill and signed a law to mass incarcerate black people? No, that was Biden that did that. He did that. To me, the 1994 crime bill is the worst thing ever. It took a lot of men out of the household who had a medical problem, which now they consider drug addiction like a medical problem, right? Took men out of the household, mothers away, and locked them in jail. And incentivized states to hold them there when the states was not holding people there that much time until Biden wanted the states to hold them 85% of the time so they can get certain money. Exploded the prison industrial complex. Slavery all over again. Trump didn't do that. Y'all keep talking about the Central Park 5 and he put out an article. Trump was a private citizen. He wasn't a U.S. senator. He wasn't a U.S. House person. He wasn't even the president. He wasn't. But nobody say anything about Linda Farestein, the prosecutor that prosecuted the case. Nobody says nothing about Linda Farestein at all. But you keep mentioning Trump. Anybody can take out an article and not have all the facts and be stupid. I'll be honest with you. Do I agree with him taking out that article? No, I don't. But you compare, if I look at what hurt black people the most, taking out an article or the 1994 crime bill that mass incarcerated millions of black people. Which one that hurt black people the most? Which one had the longest lasting effect? People know their family members still in prison because of the crime bill. Unless you a person of history, you wouldn't even know about that article with Donald Trump. No, and nobody even talks about it. Unless you watching some news show that hate Trump. That'd just be 100 about that. The black church shouldn't even be a Democrat or Republican. The black church should be on God's politics. And only if you want to talk about politics, you should be like, we go with candidates who's going to have the principles of God and it's going to do right by the people. But you have to have some deal breakers. We cannot side with a party that promotes the shedding of innocent blood. We can't do that. So since you promote that, you can't get our votes because we are in violation.
All right, so I'm gonna stop that there because I wanted to address a question from James. So James, we're speaking about traditional black churches here in America, and so I hope that answers your question. Ronette, we are a free republic, exactly. I never knew. Well, they're called traditional black churches, James. So that's what, from my research, that's what they're called, okay? Of course, churches should have no color, but that's just, what it is. It is what it is. But what he was saying, again, that shouldn't be, but that's just where we are. Margaret, Ruby gets it. Margaret Sanger of Planned Parenthood recruited the black preacher for Project Negro to support aborting black babies. Ruby already knows. Ruby, I'm just gonna drop the mic and let you take over. Right, Steph. That's why we said traditional. Everyone goes, but that's the name. If you research the topic, they're just called traditional black churches, right? Could be Baptist or what have you, but that's what they're called. That's where the propaganda arm of the Democratic Party is so heavily entrenched. And so, Ruby, since you brought up Margaret Sanger, those that don't know, Google her. She was a big proponent of eugenics. I actually teach about eugenics in my classes. So if you don't know about eugenics, Google it, right? Steph, their churches, okay, Ruby, James Wayne, Missionary Baptist, Koji. Yeah, there's so many that are considered traditional black churches. James, it's not, it's just that's what they are called. I hope that makes sense to you. That's where the Democrats are fully entrenched, where they go and there's a black minister, mostly black congregation. That's where they go. And that's where this indoctrination, so much of this indoctrination takes place. Steph, she sure was. She was evil, period. And a lot of people have no clue what she was about because they won't do research. James, yeah, continue asking questions, dear. We're going to make it clear for you, dear. And that's not a problem. But that's just what they're called. Now, again, churches, of course, should have no color, but that's just how it goes. And so I hope, that clears everything up for you. And so that's what they did. And there's a Reverend Raphael Warnock. If you guys don't know who he is, he's the minister or the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. Of course, that was Dr. King's church. So I was looking at a video earlier on him. How you doing, John? John, join us here. Everyone say hello. And so for those that don't know, Dr. King was also pro-choice. And what I found out new today, I never knew, Dr. King actually received the Margaret Sanger, how you doing, Mo Dollars, award from Planned Parenthood in 1966. How you doing, Derek? That's something new I found out today. I didn't know Dr. King was pro-choice. I never knew he received. And now when I end this video, you can click on the link. I shared a link to the website with this information. Now, if you knew that Dr. King was pro-choice and that Dr. King had received the Margaret Sanger Award in 1966, type it in the comment section for me, folks. I didn't know that. James Wayne, this is a learning platform, right, Ruby? We're all here learning, and like I told you, I just learned that info today. And so what we have are progressive social justice pastors. Oh, thank you so much, James. We're glad you're here, dear. And so West says, Underground West, right? We're all still learning. I don't know everything. I know some things. You guys know some things. I did not know that. Cha-cha, Dr. King was also a Marxist. And yes, oh yeah, he started out. And I'm finding more and more videos on the civil rights movement, how, they were infiltrated by the communists and the Marxists. So Emmy, Cha-cha gets it. Emmy, I didn't know that either. I found out today that he received the Margaret Sanger Award. They never talk about that award. They're always talking about all the other awards that he had received, excuse me. Stronger Made, Planned Parenthood and the DNC donate heavily to Black churches and the NAACP. Again, Stronger Made, this is the first time I've seen you here. Thank you for being here. Again, they're all bought and paid for. That's what we've been saying. We've been saying that for a while now. They're all bought and paid for. Steph, I was pro-choice until I witnessed people in New York cheer when they passed the full-term abortions. I became enraged and physically ill. Okay, Steph. So everyone has their own personal experience, and everyone feels the way that they want. That's fine. But like I said, I love this forum. As I'm researching topics, like I said, I love it when I learn something new. And if you didn't know that about Dr. King, type that in the comment section, folks. And so you're wondering why this victimhood continues. The DNC, Democratic Party, the Black Church, the NAACP, the race hustlers. This is their game. This is, they make money. I've heard the term, I don't know if you heard the term, poverty pimps. Okay? Underground West, yeah. And you can check the link out that I shared. I did not know that. Stronger Made, I've been watching you for a little. Thank you so much, Stronger Made. So glad that you're here. And so they victimize the Black community. They keep telling Black America that they're victims and they're supposed to get reparations. The Democrats have an agenda of death. Guys, they don't care about Black or white Americans, okay? So don't get it twisted. Steph, by design, exactly. C. Fryer didn't know that. Okay, so C. Fryer, all of us learned something new today, okay? And so the ministers, the pastors in these Black churches, they're church plants. That's what they are. They're not talking about God. They're talking about social justice. They're talking about the ills of American society. They're talking about Black people, Black Americans are supposed to get reparations. They're talking about how bad it is here in America. And again, they are creating that victimhood mentality, but they're just doing what the puppet masters are telling them to do because they're bought and paid for. So if you're paid, you have to do what you're told, have to say what you're told to say. And that's just how it goes. Ruby, I did not know about King getting the Sanger Award. See, Ruby, I finally got you. Ruby, I finally got you, girl. James says, when I did a job in Memphis, I saw some really big churches that didn't come cheap. Oh, yes, James. Jacqueline, hello, how are you, dear? Fridge Reaver, how are you? Greetings and best wishes from Germany. What part of Germany, Fridge? Glad you're here. Floridia, let's help the channel. Like and share. Thank you, Floridia. John, check out the history of Margaret Sanger. John, I know her history full well. And Ruby, yeah, Ruby, I finally got you. Ruby, go to the back of the class. So, but yeah, that's so interesting. When I end this live, I'm probably going to do even more research on that. I was flabbergasted. I'm like, oh my God, I never heard about Dr. King receiving the Margaret Sanger Award. Oh my goodness. Fridge, how far are you from Heidelberg and Frankfurt? Those are the places in Germany that I visited when I was in high school. Okay. And so what do you think about this topic? We've been talking about the Democratic Party, our common enemy. Okay. The gaslighting, the psychological manipulation, their ploys, their tactics, their bamboozling, the ruses they use, the brainwashing. It is, guys, it's not a figment of our imagination. It is real. Fridge Reaver, you're 300 kilometers. Okay, all right, not bad. Not too bad. Ruby can always cut in front of me, ladies first, right, James? We're just putting her in the back of the class because she's discussing the topics before I can get to them. But that's good. I'm not the only person who loves history, and I love that. I really do. And so, guys, like I said, I cannot wait until November. I hope and pray that people will continue to wake up. The video clip I shared with you earlier, that's just one of many channels that I watch. And so a lot of people are saying the same thing that I'm saying. Now, that channel, Philip Scott, I think he was saying, he tells his viewers, you vote for who you want to. If you like, the same thing I say. If you like the way things are going, then vote accordingly. Derek, good thing Trump put in justices to overturn Roe v. Wade. Yes, he did, Derek. He sure did. And so that's just where we are with that. So, folks, always stay alert, be vigilant, always be ready to learn something new. Because I'm telling you, when I learn something new, that makes me even hungrier. I want to learn more. Jacqueline, did anyone see Kamala Harris on Drew Barrymore? Jacqueline, anytime I see Kamala, I usually turn the channel. So I heard it was cringeworthy. I didn't watch it. I just can't sit there and watch her cackle and no one gets the joke. She's the only person laughing. And we're like, what the heck is going on here? I can't. And Laurie, and that's why we all have to be vigilant. I can't get this information out by myself, but the more people that wake up and see, remember, I told you guys, Generation Z, they don't really go to church. Who do you have mostly going to church? The older generation. The younger people aren't going to church. They're not being indoctrinated in church. Now, of course, they are if they're in school. But look at the uphill battle that we have because of all of the indoctrination that takes place. So look at these crazy people on the college and university campuses. Those of you who are here now, you weren't here. I did a video yesterday. Please go back and check that out. James, actually, I'm scared as heck about November. I'm in Brooklyn. James, it may be time to start packing up and moving if you can, James. It's becoming a scary place. Badgerton, I can only watch Estee Houghty impersonate Kamala. Okay. Steph, the cackle is imprinted on my brain. The horror. Yeah, she just sits there and cackles like a hen, and where everyone's like, what the heck are you laughing at? I don't think she knows. I think that's more of a little nervous tick or something she has. Because she can never answer a question correctly. She doesn't know the answer, so she just starts laughing. We all know people like that. I had a coworker like that once. When anytime you'd ask them questions and they didn't know, they would just do something crazy. All right. So that's basically all I have for you. Hopefully this has been informative. Like I said, I love it when I can share something with you that you didn't know, that I didn't know. That's a good thing. In this day and time with the internet, like I said, it's good, but it's bad too. Steph, sorely, you're right. So it's great that we can learn things that we didn't know before. I love it. So everyone, I hope I hope you've enjoyed your time here. Those of you who are just coming in, please go ahead, share this on your various forms of social media. The video clip that I shared with you earlier, it's down in the description box. And I will continue to answer your comments in the comment section, even after I end the live chat. I may, if I'm not too busy, I may come on one day next week or even Saturday again. Okay, I'm going to try to come on. I'm going to try to bump it up to maybe 2 days a week. We're about 20 days, maybe 19, 20 days. School will be out, and I will definitely be doing at least 2 videos per week. Okay. So everyone enjoy your Sunday, what's left of it. Everyone enjoy your work week, and we'll definitely be back here next week here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. So thank you so much. I will now commence to the comment section, and I'll start answering some of the comments that I missed. Okay. All right. See you next Sunday.